Hey, welcome back to another video. And so first of all, if you are new to the channel, then I'm gonna tell you that this channel is initially started I started as a fitness videos, and I've been making that for quite a while. But right now I'm gonna make videos like this where I'm just gonna share my thoughts, my worldview, my interests, and the stories and everything, like just random yapping. And I'm just gonna speak whatever comes to my mind. All the videos are gonna be unscripted. Side note that this video is gonna be unscripted, unedited. Like you are not gonna see lots of edit emojis and reaction, sound effect, and everything, because I want to keep this as real as possible compared to the real conversation. Because in real life we don't have conversation with the music and the sound effect and all that. So I want to make this as authentic as possible. This video is just like a real person talking. Yeah, so this video is, yeah, like in that sense, this is the way I'm making this video. So yeah, just keep this in mind. So if you are in by any chance, if you like to hear me yep, just hit that subscribe button right now. And yeah, if you just wanna hear, and if you just wanna have someone to talk after maybe you having a really hard, bad, stressful day, then maybe this might be the choice. So let's begin. So in today's video we are gonna talk about how I got into anime. Like it's a story. This video is gonna be like a story type. So first of all, as like I got into anime in like 2021. I'm not really sure. So first of all, like I used to think that anime is cartoon as well as everyone, like everybody thinks that anime is cartoon, and it's just that cartoon is, we call cartoon that was made by like the different, um it just English term that we refer as cartoon to the animated film and the series and everything, and in Japanese they called it anime. So it's the same thing, but we call it different. So we'll just stick with the real one, anime here. So it is generally in every single thing that are made in Japan that are animated are called anime. And mm, so basically I also used to think that anime is a cartoon, and it just as logic thought that it is same as illogical and nonsense thing as the cartoon, because you see cartoon has no logic and just anything can happen in it. So I used to think that this is same. But once in a family function where I was with my cousins, and I don't know, out of nowhere, unexpectedly, he just brought the topic that we were just talking about other series. Maybe probably like we were talking about Marvels. I like Marvel is my first was actually Marvel was my first favorite series and maybe universe in that sense. So we were just talking about movies with my cousin, and all of a sudden he brings the topic about topic all of a sudden he brings a topic about anime. He said, like, have you watched this? Like, he told me about anime, it is so good and everything. And I was like, yeah, I heard about it. It's cartoon, right? I didn't said it in a meaningful way because I know that cousin, like we all have that one cousin whose reference and the interests are so good at peak level that he was like that. He is like that. So I was like, okay, let me listen to him. But I did say that it is a cartoon, right? But I didn't said it in a that way, how usually people refers. So we were just talking about, and I got curious, and I'm always curious about everything in the world. Like whatever you talk about, I'll be like, yeah, that sounds interesting, and just hit me up with whatever you know. So I told him, tell me about the story, and he started like he told me that watch Naruto, and he told me that he told me a storyline a little bit, that there are like 9 tail beasts, and there's a villain, and this is a ninja world, and this is how it's going. and I was like, okay, let me try. But and also he strongly refers me to watch entire series in English language. Like, don't watch it in Hindi dub because Hindi dub sucks. If you're a fan of anime or if you have seen any anime, you would know that why Hindi dub is so fucked. It's it's just that don't watch it. Just use English or maybe just watch it in Japanese. Japanese in Japanese is even better than English one. So, but you have to watch it in sub. But still, I was like, yeah, okay, I'll give it a try. And I told him that I don't know English because back then I was like, I didn't understand and I wasn't into, like, I didn't know English back then. But I was like, but he strongly said that no matter what, don't watch in Hindi, otherwise it will just fucking ruin your entire experience and it would be just a waste of time. And even if the series is good, but if the dub is made, you wouldn't like it. So, so I was like, okay, just let me give it a try. And then I literally didn't know anything about, like, I didn't know, like, I back then I didn't understand English as much as I do now, and I didn't even know how to speak back then. So I just had the basic understanding of English, how we taught in school. So because of that, I was able to understand a little bit. I started the series the very next day after the function ended. So I started the series, and first I started watching with subtitles because my brain isn't capable enough to understand just through voice. Because I was like, what's that mean? What did he said? Like, then I started watching series. I was also reading subtitle and I was also pausing videos every like 10-20 seconds. Like, I was just reading subtitle. Okay, this is what it means. And there are many times I literally kind of copy pasted the titles and translated what it mean. Like, I didn't understand a lot of it, but still I was like, I'm just gonna watch it. This is a different genre. I never watched anime before. Like, if I'm talking about officially, because even before starting this Naruto, this is officially my first anime. But before that, I did watch one, and it's One Punch Man. So that story is kind of silly and funny at the same time because, as I told you, that I am a big fan of being. I'm a big fan of Marvel Universe, so I like to watch fights. It's like there are lots of fight in Hulk, Thor fight, Iron Man, and all that. So I was just on a YouTube. I was watching their fight, and I was I was literally searching badass fights, like, and lots of it comes up. Like Marvel from every movie, and then there was a video that top 10 most badass fight, like overpowered one. So I clicked the video and I watched for the first time. I watched One Punch Man Saitama, and he was fighting with Shiryu in that second season. So I didn't know anything about back then, but I saw the fight and I was like, whoa, like, is this real? Like, how can such a masterpiece exist? Even though I watched it entire thing in Japanese, I didn't even understand anything what they are saying. But in fight, they don't say anything. It's just they fight. But I was like, whoa, that's some next level shit. It just because it's animated doesn't mean it cannot be good. It's the fighting, the moves are so, like, amazing, extraordinary. I was like, damn, I never know something like this exists. And then I searched it, then I found out that this is this fight from One Punch Man. Then I didn't know how to watch and where to watch, so I just randomly, and not randomly, like, I just searched the One Punch Man on YouTube, and there was a video where the guy was explaining the uh, One Punch Man series in Hindi language. So he was like going through the episode and telling me like this is what is happening in episode, and I was like, this is probably like I have to download some app or some, I don't know where to watch. So I watched entire series on YouTube, and I was like, I didn't get that much of um what do you call it? I'm just there are many times I'm just run out of words, but it's like I was like, yeah, it's not that even good, because I watched it through someone else and through the different language. I didn't even saw the entire thing. He was just showing the pictures, not even like the animation. So I was like, then I found out that yeah, you can find series and everything on Telegram, and I was like, okay, now we are talking. So then I just quickly searched, and yeah, it was kind of really hard to find the series and the channel because I wasn't even also aware about the Telegram and how to find movie series and all that. So, but still, I after a while I got the series in there, and I downloaded, and I watched entire series again, but this time original one in English, and I was like, oh, that's a masterpiece. It's like that's really cool. Like the Saitama is so overpowered, and One Punch Man, he literally the name of the series is One Punch Man. He just throw one punch and it's gone. He's so overpowered, and yeah, like I like the style. It's funny. It's a yeah. Many people say it's the gag character, but it not like he's not a gag character. It's like it's a well written manga and funny. Like lots of heroes backstories, and it's really inspiring, and it's really good. So that was the first anime that I saw practically, but officially I saw the Naruto. And yeah, when I started the Naruto, like I watched the entire series, One Punch Man, in English. But even back then, it was even before Naruto. Even though I didn't understand, but I already watched the Hindi version of that through the some random dude on a YouTube. So I didn't have to translate all the things, and I was like, okay, let me just watch it for the animation. And I watched that. I watched it before because of that, and then the official one, Naruto. I like started watching Naruto. I was translating everything because then Naruto I knew that how to I downloaded from the Telegram, and then I started watching, and it was like for the first time I was just getting new character every episodes. Like I was just being introduced to the anime world, like Naruto words, like this is how it's work. Like there are chakras, and there are this kind of powers, and you can manipulate this thing. There are jutsus and all that, and I was like, each time it's getting interesting, and I was like, whoa, that's that's really cool, and then finally I get to understand English in the way like the first shonen is about 220 episodes, then the main the story start, like not the main one, but it's the story will start, and that is 500 episode. It's like total of 720 episode, and it doesn't end there either. It just sweep to Naruto's kid Boruto, and then the story still continues. And even if like even right now the story is still being continued and episodes are coming, I guess. I didn't I don't know, but probably. So um as I was watching the episodes one after another, it kind of makes sense to me that this is, I was able to understand lots of it. I didn't have to kind of translate every single word and line. So I was like, yeah, this is getting interesting, and it's like after that, I was like, there are tuning exam in the starting where this is where I was really locked in. Like this is where I was like, okay, anime is not cartoon and anime is peak. When the tuning exam come, where the basic, it's like the main character and all the side character had to do exam. It's an entrance exam in that anime world. So I was like, whoa, the fight was absolutely peak, and I have never seen anything like that before, with the story, with the moves, fight, animations. It just out of this world. I was like, damn, how, like, it's just feels so unreal. So after that, I was locked in. Now I'm like, I know I'm gonna watch this entire thing. This was my officially first series anime, and I literally fucking watched 720 episodes. Can you fucking believe that? I started with this banger, and I was like, and after Sunen ended and the main, like the, I don't know what it's called, but when it started, like the 500 episodes, that's when the story actually becomes peak. The story, the characters, the everything, it's just so peak. And finally, I ended the series, first official anime, 720 episodes. And that's when I realized anime is about everything. Marvel, cinematic, DC verse, anything, any movie, Hollywood, South, everything. Anime is above everything. It's like so peak. It's like you can't compare it. It's like storylines are best, characters, side characters, main character, the music, the style, everything is just so fucked. It's so just so on a next level. So amazing, so wonderful. It's just out of this world. It's like uncomparable, unparalleled to anything I have ever seen. So ever since anime is here, always and always will be here. And then I was like, okay, now. And when you got into anime, it's like now I gotta watch other show as well, because now I know that anime is anime. And then I started watching so many anime. I have seen bunch of them. And then I was like, when you start watching different show, you got so many reels about that on Instagram. So I was flooded with Instagram reels, and then in that, like, there are lots of other animes added as well. So I was like, what I do, I always like watch some reels, and if I like, there are a lot in edit, it looks so cool, fight and everything. So I watch the reels. If the edit and the anime looks good, I just went to the comment section. I read the name of the anime, and I watch the entire series. Like, this is how I watch. This is how I watch so many series. I just go on Instagram, watch reels, got the name, finished it, and that's how I have seen many of them. And after, like, Naruto, I have never um stopped. I was since then I was just keep watching anime one after another, and I got to know about so many things about the studios, about the other anime genres, stories, and so many things. And since then I have probably have seen more than 20-25 anime like series, and about movies I have also seen so many of them. And well, let's just write down the name. Like, let's see how many animes I have watched, and I'll also do. Um, I will also choose one male and female character, favorite character from each anime that I have seen so far. So first, One Punch Man. In One Punch Man, my favorite hero, like the favorite character, is Saitama himself, the main character. And in female, I would say, I think there are not a lot of female characters that we have seen and their background stories. So I would just pick Tatsumaki, and then the Naruto. In Naruto, my male favorite character is Might Guy, and he will always be. He is just damn, 18 gates. That's my favorite part. And in female, I would say Tamari. And then I think if we kind of put all the anime as per the timeline how I seen them, like one after another, I'm not sure what order I have seen all the animes, but then I think after Naruto, I think I have seen My Hero Academia, and in that My Hero Academia, I have like the Deku and the Invisible Girl. I don't know his name. I don't know her name. Then after that, I have seen Black Clover, and in Black Clover, my favorite characters, I can choose from like many characters. There are lots of good characters. So, but still in Black Clover, it's Yami and Mary Leona. And then we have Fire Force that I have seen in last year. In Fire Force, I have my favorite character is Arthur, and in female, I would say I think there are lots of female characters that I'm aware of in that, but I don't even know their name. So I'll probably show a picture here if I find them. I don't have a favorite female character in Fire Force. And then I have seen the Black Clover. In Black Clover, my favorite character would be, I would say, um, Zaraki. Like, I don't know his full name, like Kenzaki Zaraki, or I don't know, but I'll put the photo here. And he's my favorite character. He's just so badass. He was most brutalist man you can think of. The most um, powerful and most brutal and most peak character. And in female version, I would say the uh, I don't know her name. It's but I'll pick, post the picture here. And then I have seen Demon Slayer. In Demon Slayer, my favorite character is Zenitsu without any single doubt. And in female, I would say it's hard to choose, but I would pick. Mm, Damn, I never thought about that in Demon Slayer. Um, I would give the female favorite character spot to um, probably. Mm, let's just put Nezuko. Uh, um, there are not a lot of characters. Let's just put Nezuko, and then the I have seen so many. I kind of forgetting their name at this point. And recently, I have seen one anime. I don't even know. Like it's just 2 episode anime, but it's cool. I will put the name here. I don't even know the name. And then I have seen the also let me think. I have seen so many. And then Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan in that series, my favorite character is kind of Eren. In no, wait. In that series, my favorite character is Levi, and female character I would say let's just put Mikasa. Like there are not a lot of badass character like her. So and then next is would be um I have also seen the monster, the detective, the monster series, but I kind of dropped it in a midway. So it is kind of a detective thing, like it's just solving the case. So my favorite main character is that Doctor Tamaya, or not like Doctor. I don't know his name, but I'll post a picture here of him, and it's not like a main character. It's not like a supernatural power thing. So it's just a case solving. So he's my favorite character, main character. Then Death Note. Death Note is probably the one of the most mind-bending series that I have seen. Just so much detective, so much manipulation, so much thinking, lots of intellectual stuff. So and yeah, in that series, my favorite character is L. Obviously, like that is just L is just next level. And then I have also seen uh, let me think. And there's another series was like about it was the series name was Letter. I don't really remember the original name, but it was like Letter, where it was like a time travel stuff, but it wasn't like a fighting stuff. It was just school anime. Yeah, for from the school anime, I just remember the Haikyuu. Haikyuu is probably one of the best sport anime I have ever seen, and in that, my favorite character is obviously the Hinata, the main character, Sword King, and then after that, I think yeah, like they doesn't have lots of female characters, so but I would if I have to pick, I would just pick the coach, and then um, after that, I have also seen ReZero, or I don't know the actual name, but it's like where the main character get a pill where it kind of reverse his age and he start the school life again. So it's like I don't know what's the name of that, but yeah. So like there are lots of anime where it's not like some fighting and there are not lots of character. Like it in many character it only shows the anime like the one person perspective, like not like entirely, but the main focus of that anime is mostly based on the main one, main character. So I have seen that, and there's also one series where I have seen the manga of it, not the actual anime adaptation, and it's not there yet. So um, it's the I don't know the name. I just kind of forgot the name. I have seen it so like way like a long ago. So in that anime, it's like there was a character who was like a it's like a high school thing. Like he was a bully, and there are lots of bullies who are kind of dominating the school. So school decide to let's fucking end them and let's bring the top of the bully again in the school. And he was like they brought the old king back. It was like that. And there is also there is also one his name Tokyo Revengers, and this story is kind of really interesting. It's like they built a group. Like let's just fucking not talk about the stories and everything because otherwise the video is getting kind of way too long. So in that anime, like Tokyo Revenge's favorite character Maki. I think Maki or Mikey. It's his name is Mikey, and that's my favorite character. That dude is really short, but his cake is fucking deadly. And then I have well next would be um like I've seen so many. I'm kind of forgetting the name of the anime. So let me just list down movies that I have seen so far. So first, Your Name. I want to eat your pancreas. Then the Silence Voice. Then Gardening of the like gardening something like name include garden. Then there was one anime with like cat thing. I don't know where the female character turned into cats, and I don't know the name of that. And then Suzume, The Weathering with You, and so many. Like I have seen so many movie of it, and yeah, my favorite is out of that all movies. Your Name is always be my favorite. It's just animation, stories, characters, just unparalleled to any of them. So yeah, that's all the catalogs of my anime, and yeah, there are a bunch of names that I missed here, but maybe if I put some effort, I would maybe list down the entire thing while editing. So it would be a lot of work for me afterwards, but let's just fucking end this video. This is how I got into anime. It's not like a big story, but I don't know if you want to hear it or not, but well, this is what I got. And yeah, you should watch anime. I would highly suggest it. Just banger. It's like it is just best cinematic thing, best experience you can possibly have. So let's just end this video, and maybe if you want to see videos like that, maybe consider subscribing, or maybe just like the video maybe, and I don't know. Well, see you soon. See you in the next video, and with another maybe stories or maybe some mind-bending stuff that I think. So let's just end this video right here.
I just realized how much fucking I talk. Like I was literally fucking talking alone. I was just sitting there, tripod in front of me, and I was alone. I was just talking. I was just sharing my thoughts and just see how much I talk. It's like if there's a person in front of me and who is as talkative as me, I think the conversation between me and that person would never end. It's just fucking so crazy that I talk so much. Damn, I gotta control my mouth, man. Gotta keep my thoughts in my brain.